It's not just any shark. It's a curse. Brought on not by nature, but by wrath.
Wrath? Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
The Black Demon has become one of those thrillers that took audiences by surprise, combining mystery, horror, and survival in a setting that feels both isolated and terrifying. The movie takes viewers to the middle of the ocean where danger lurks beneath every wave. It's not just another shark film, it's a tense story about nature's wrath, human greed, and the haunting myths that refuse to die. The Black Demon centers on a massive prehistoric shark, a megalodon-like creature that has long been a part of local legends. But here it becomes a physical nightmare brought to life in a remote oil rig environment. The film follows Paul Sturges, an oil company inspector who takes his family to Baja, Mexico, expecting a quiet trip to visit one of his company's offshore rigs. What begins as a family outing soon turns into a terrifying fight for survival. When Paul and his family reach the oil platform, they discover it has been abandoned, left in ruins after mysterious incidents. As the truth begins to surface, they realize that something huge, dark, and ancient is circling beneath them. The crew who once worked there had warned of a demon of the sea, a massive black shark known by locals as El Demonio Negro, and now that legend is real and hungry. The Black Demon uses its remote ocean setting to amplify fear. The rig becomes a floating prison surrounded by endless water, with no land in sight and no escape. The sound design, the crashing waves, and the deep growls from below create a sense of inescapable tension. It's not only a creature feature, but also a story about human responsibility and the destruction caused by corporate negligence. Paul's company has been polluting the ocean, and the creature appears as a force of nature seeking revenge. The theme of balance between man and nature runs strongly throughout the film. Turning it into more than just a monster movie, it becomes a reflection of environmental karma. Josh Lucas leads the film as Paul Sturges, bringing both emotional depth and intensity to the character. His performance shows a man torn between his duty as a father and his guilt as a corporate employee whose actions may have awakened something he can't control. Fernanda Areola plays his wife Inés, adding strength and resilience to the family dynamic. The chemistry between them makes the emotional stakes feel real, especially when survival means confronting both the monstrous creature and their own fears. The visuals in The Black Demon play a massive role in its storytelling. The vastness of the sea is captured beautifully, but also with an eerie emptiness. The shots from beneath the waves create an almost claustrophobic feeling even in open water. The creature itself, a massive shadow moving through murky depths, is not shown too often. This decision adds mystery and terror, allowing imagination to fill in what the eyes cannot see. When it does appear, the scale is immense, and the moment is filled with awe and horror. The water turns into a battlefield between man and beast, and the oil rig becomes both a sanctuary and a trap. One of the strongest aspects of the film is its use of myth. The legend of the Black Demon is drawn from ancient Mexican folklore, blending cultural storytelling with modern fears. It connects the supernatural to environmental reality, giving the film a unique identity. Instead of a simple shark attack story, it becomes an allegory about respecting nature and understanding the ancient power that lies within it. The locals in the film speak of the creature as a divine punisher, a spirit awakened by greed and destruction. This makes the monster symbolic, representing the ocean's vengeance against human exploitation. The pacing keeps viewers on edge as the story unfolds in layers. The mystery of the missing workers, the malfunctioning rig, and the family's desperate attempts to escape all intertwine with the looming presence of the creature. Each scene builds pressure, leading to moments of explosive chaos and heart-pounding action. The mix of family drama and horror works effectively, giving emotional grounding to the spectacle. You don't just fear the shark, you fear what it represents. The final act brings an intense showdown between human desperation and nature's fury, leaving behind a haunting reminder that some forces cannot be controlled or defeated. Visually, the cinematography captures both beauty and terror. The sunsets over the ocean contrast the dark, endless depths beneath. The isolation of the oil rig serves as the perfect metaphor for humanity's separation from nature. As storms gather and the waves grow violent, the rig's structure begins to crumble, mirroring the breakdown of human arrogance. The film's color palette shifts from warm, golden tones to cold, blue darkness as danger takes over. Emphasizing the transition from safety to survival, the soundtrack deepens the experience, using a mix of traditional sounds and tense orchestral notes. The moments of silence when the water ripples or the camera dives beneath the surface create a haunting rhythm that keeps the audience in suspense. The tension never truly disappears. It just waits beneath the surface. Much like the Black Demon itself, the performances by the supporting cast add realism and emotion to the chaos. Each survivor reacts differently, some with courage, others with fear or guilt. Their stories tie into the larger theme of redemption. It's not just about escaping the creature, it's about facing the consequences of their actions. The dialogue carries emotional weight, especially when Paul realizes that his company's actions may have caused irreversible harm. His attempts to make things right, even at great personal cost, give the film a layer of humanity that elevates it above typical shark movies. The Black Demon blends creature horror with eco-thriller elements, and that makes it stand out. It doesn't rely solely on jump scares. It builds psychological tension. The idea that the ocean itself is fighting back gives the story a sense of poetic justice. This makes viewers question how humanity treats nature and whether our exploitation could lead to consequences beyond imagination. The film's approach to the megalodon myth feels fresh because it's grounded in culture and morality, not just survival. By the end, the story leaves a lingering feeling of awe and dread. The final scenes remind audiences that the ocean's mysteries are far from understood, and that perhaps some legends are not legends at all. The survival of a few characters doesn't erase the message that nature's balance is fragile. The film closes with the haunting idea that the Black Demon still swims beneath the waves, unseen but always waiting. It's a warning disguised as entertainment, a reminder that when man crosses the line, nature always answers back. As a cinematic experience. The Black Demon combines atmosphere, tension, and meaning in a way that resonates long after the credits roll. It manages to be thrilling without losing its emotional and moral core. The isolation of the setting, the power of the ocean, and the ancient myth come together to create a unique blend of fear and fascination. It's not about the shark itself, but what the shark represents: an unstoppable force that nature unleashes when pushed too far. The film leaves you thinking not just about survival, but about respect, balance, and the price of human ambition. In the end, The Black Demon succeeds because it's not only a monster story, it's a reflection of our world's relationship with the environment. It combines the fear of the unknown with the consequences of human neglect, turning a simple legend into a powerful statement. The creature may be a myth, but the message is real. Nature remembers, and sometimes it bites back harder than we ever imagined.